Okay, so today we're going to be talking about very basic stuff. So the first thing is we're going to just define these terms, which two of these you've known since, I don't know, 4th or 5th grade probably. So radius. How do you think we would describe a radius? Okay, it goes halfway across the circle. So the way we'll be a little bit more specific about that is we'll say this. It's a line segment, okay, from the center to the edge. Okay, line segment from the center of the circle to the edge. Line segment from the center to the edge. So, and on your copies it kind of got it all messed up. It's all wavy and everything, but it should have looked like this. So, which one up there is just a radius? Just screaming to be a radius. Okay, FC. I mean, there's more there for sure, and we'll get into that, but FC is the one that's only a radius. Okay, so you've known what a radius is. You know what a diameter is. The one in the middle there, a chord, you probably have not heard it within the context of circles before. All the chord is it is a line segment, okay, from edge to edge. Okay, a chord segment is a line segment from edge to edge. I'm talking about edge of the circle. Now, a generic chord does not have to go through the center of the circle, though. It just has to go, the ends of the line segment has to be on the edges of the circle. So, if you were guessing, which one of those up there is just a chord? Is EA. Yep. It's in the game. Okay? Now, a diameter. How do we describe a diameter? Okay, it goes across the circle, but through the center of the circle, right? So actually, a diameter is a chord. Okay, good. So a diameter is a chord, but it's a specific type of chord. Because what has to be true of a diameter?
It's radius. The radius equals
Okay, well, just think about it in terms of it being a chord. What more do you have to say about it?
down the center.
Okay, good. It's a chord that goes through the center, all right? So the diameter is a chord that goes through the center. So every diameter is a chord, but not all chords are diameters. Okay? Every diameter is a chord. So up here, which one is there's only one diameter up here. What is it? It is dB. Which, by the way, it does not matter the way you write the letters. If you were to write BD on that, that'd be fine also. It does not matter the order. Okay. So the way we name a circle is you name it by the center of the circle. So what would we call this circle right here? Circle O, which the more I think about it, I wished would have been a different letter because that may be confusing. It's like, it's not a circle we're drawing, it's the letter O, circle O. Now radii is just the way you pluralize the word radius. So it just means many radiuses, whatever. Okay, how many radii are drawn in this circle? There's actually 4. What are they?
OA.
Okay, on this I like to put the center first. I don't have to. I just like it because it makes it see better what's going on. So OA, what's another one? OB, OC, OD. Now, technically there's an infinite number of radii. It's just that there's only 4 that's actually drawn. Okay, next one, name the chords of this circle. Okay, CD is one chord, and there's another one. What is it?
AB.
AB. Now, CD is a chord only. AB is a chord, but AB is also what? A diameter. Yep. So I'm just going to put in parentheses here. This is also a diameter. Okay, go ahead and do those next 7 there real quick. That should be pretty easy. Okay, so what's the name of this circle? Circle R. Okay, what's the radii of this circle? RA, RX, RB, and RY. Okay, name the chords of this circle. Okay, wait, say again the first one. Okay, YB is 1, yep. AX, XY, and AB. Yep. Okay, now name the diameters of this chord. Diameters of this circle. Okay, good. XY, AB. Okay, if AB is 18, so if AB is 18, that's this whole diameter. How long is AR?
9.
It's 9. It's 9 and 9. Okay, if RY is 10, how long is AR? 10, because both of those are a radius. And how long is AB? 20, because that's the diameter. Okay, is AB congruent to XY?
Yes.
Yes, why?
They're both diameters.
Okay. So, we'll say it like this. They are both diameters of the same circle. They're both diameters of the same circle. That's how we know they're congruent. Okay, on this next one, it's just kind of applying this a little bit. So the first thing is it says that the diameter of circle S is 26, okay? So the diameter, and that's the diameter, so it goes all the way across. So as I think about this, all right, here's circle S, and it does get kind of confusing when you have all these letters in here, but just think about circle S. So it's this, forget about this other circle. So if the whole diameter is 26, how far is it from S over here to the edge? It's going to be 13. Okay, so I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to put this like this. This would be 13. From here to here would be 13. Because it says the whole diameter is 26. So 13 and 13 makes 26. So from here, from C to S is 13. Okay, the next thing is it says that the diameter of circle R is 14. Okay. So from here to here, if the whole diameter is 14, how far is it from here to here? It's 7. Which on this one, we really don't even need that information. That's the reason I'm putting it over there where it's out of the way, kind of. Okay? And then the other piece of information is it tells me right here is that DS is 5 units. Okay? So DS is right here. That's 5. And the question is, or not the question, but the statement is, find CD. So CD is from here to here, which the way they drew this, they did not draw it to scale. It's not going to make sense with the picture. But if the whole thing is 13 from here to here, and it's 5 from here to here, how far is it going to be from here to here? It's got to be 8. Because the 8 and 5 together have to add up to the total, which is 13. 8 and 5 add up to 13. So CD equals 8, which again, I know that doesn't match to the way it looks, but that's the correct answer. Okay. On the back, we're going to talk about circumference. So all this is basic circle stuff that you've worked with a lot in the past. So what is circumference of a circle?
It's pi times the diameter.
No, just what's the general idea of circumference? What is it?
All the way around.
It's the distance around the circle. Okay, so there's two ways you can write the formula for circumference. Okay, what were you saying what it was?
It's the diameter times pi.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I'll get to that one in just a second. I'm going to write it this way first for a reason. So one way to write it is C equals 2 times pi times r. The other way to write it is like what was just said, pi times the diameter, like that. So circumference can be written in two ways. Why can't it be written in two ways? Why is this really the exact same thing as this?
Because 2 times r equals diameter.
Okay, good. Because 2 r's, 2 radiuses, is equal to 1 diameter, right? Because the radius only goes halfway. So if you have 2 radiuses, that's equal to 1 diameter. So that's why these two are the exact same thing. It's just, what information are they giving to you? Like on this one right here, the radius is 14. So since they give me the radius, I'm just going to plug it in here, 2 times pi times 14. If they give me the diameter like on this one, I'm just going to plug in 25 for the diameter and just use that one. So they're the exact same thing. It just depends on what they give you, just to make it easier. Okay, so we want to know the circumference. So I'm just going to go 2 times pi times 14 on this one. I want to know the circumference when the radius is 14. Now, on your calculator, there is a pi button. In this unit, I want you using the pi button unless they say use 3.14, which there's only one place in this whole unit where I can think of that. So 99% of the time, you're just going to use the pi key. Do not type in 3.14. So it's down there on the bottom right next to the H. So go ahead and type that in your calculator quick. I want to come by and see that you have found where that's at. I just want to see it real quick. All right, good. So just remember through this whole unit, just use that pi key. So what does that give you? Like it. 87.96 inches. Okay, and then the radius when the diameter is 25, so we're just going to do pi times 25. What does that give you? 78 point what? 54? Okay, good. Now, on the next group of problems here, what we're doing is we are going to be given the circumference and we're looking for the radius, or looking for the diameter and the radius. Okay? So here's how I'm going to do that. They give us the circumference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the formula. So circumference equals, and I'm just going to use this one, pi times diameter. So now notice what's going on here. This time they're giving us the circumference and I'm looking for the diameter instead of knowing the diameter, looking for the circumference. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug in 40 for C. I know the circumference is 40, so I'm plugging in 40 there. Pi times the diameter. Now I'm solving for the diameter here. I want to know what the diameter is. So what do I need to get rid of? The pi. So right now it's diameter times pi. So how am I going to get rid of that? Divide by pi. That way these pi's cancel the 1. 1 diameter is equal to just the diameter. What's 40 divided by pi? 12.73. And it also says to find the radius from that. So how do we find the radius from the diameter? Yeah, I'll just cut it in half, divided by 2. 6.37. Okay, second one. So circumference equals pi times the diameter. 256 equals pi d. Divide by pi on both sides. That way these pi's cancel the 1. Diameter equals 81.49. And what do you get for the radius? What do you get?
40.74.
40.74. Okay, do that number 3 real quick. So what do you get for the diameter? 4.97 meters. And then the radius? Okay, does that round up to 2.49? Okay, so pretty simple. So really to get from the circumference to the diameter, what do you do?
Divide by pi.
Yeah, just divide by pi. Circumference divided by pi gives you the diameter. Okay, on these last ones, what we want to do is we want to find the circumference of the circle. Okay, and we will definitely talk more about this as we go through this unit. But for now, we can just see that this makes a right triangle right here. I know this is 8, I know this is 6. How could I find this side of that triangle, which is also the diameter of the circle? What do you think I could use to find the length of this side right here? So we're going back to some old stuff before Christmas.
Pythagorean.
Yeah, Pythagorean Theorem. And if you remember our little shortcut on this, since we are looking for the hypotenuse, do we add or subtract? We add, so we're going to go 8 squared plus 6 squared square rooted. What does that give you? 10, so that's here. So is that the radius or the diameter I just found? That's the diameter. So to find the circumference, I'm going to do pi times diameter. I'm going to do pi times 10. Okay, now I want to write this in 2 different ways. Right here it says to write the exact circumference. And the way we write the exact circumference is this, is I'm just going to write 10 pi. Because whenever I multiply pi in, we're going to have a rounded version. So 10 pi centimeters, so the circumference equals 10 pi centimeters. But I also want, let's also go ahead and get the decimal version of it also. So go ahead and type in 10 times pi and let's see what that is. 31.42, is that right? Which, yeah, it would be right. Okay, and then on this last one, all right, this one's 9, this one's 9, which actually, we could use Pythagorean Theorem here, and we will, but what else could you do? What else could you use here to find this side? If this side's the same length, this side's the same length, that means these two angles are the same. This is like 45, 45, 90. And you remember the rule going from the leg to the hypotenuse on this? Times the square root of 2, yes. So you can go 9 times the square root of 2. Or we'll just go ahead and use Pythagorean Theorem like we were doing on the other one. But square root of 9 squared plus 9 squared, what is that? Okay, 12.73. All right, so that's the diameter, okay? So actually, let's write it like this. 9 square root of 2, if we use the 45, 45, 90 rules, or if we use the Pythagorean Theorem, we're going to round it, say, 12.73. Okay, so the circumference is going to be pi, the diameter times pi. This is inches. So this would be the exact way to round it, to write it. Okay? 9 square root of 2 times pi inches. Because this is exactly 9 square root of 2, and the circumference is the diameter times pi. Now, I also want to get the decimal version of that, so let's type that in like that. And just see what that is as a decimal. So 9 square root of 2 times pi. And what does that gave you. $39.99.